Hey everybody, it's Dan the Red. Let's play a game, shall we? I'm here with a game that didn't want to be captured originally. God, this is giving me issues. This is also a game that I didn't think actually existed when I first saw art for it. Rosek passed me a picture and I was like, oh, that's a joke someone did, right? And then I decided to look it up on Steam just in case. I know it's real. Yeah, Cofflhu, Fhtagnyaa. There's some of the older one. Oh god. This is cursed in so many ways. I also hope the in-game dialogue is in English. Obviously the menus have English as a subtitle thing. It looked like there was. It claimed that it was. So if it's not, I guess I'm in trouble. So let's just hop in. Partial dynamic CG or global static CG enabled. Note, due to technical problems, the current game cannot be changed to selection. There will be a short pause and CG is loaded. The game pops up like an unexpected. Please try using a static CG. I'll just say static because I don't want to fuck with it any more than it already has been. Hello, tentacles, writhing mass of horror, writhing mass of horror in Nyarlathotep. What are making me forget how to say? In the cold and deep sea, there is a huge city constructed of rocks, moss, and some kind of creeping things. Yes, some kind of creeping things. Many kinds, actually. Everything here is so distorted, like a pile of products from the creator's craziest nightmare. This bit looks like a sort of weird-looking frowny face. The eye here, a weird stretched eye here, and frowny mouth. Although every cell in the body was wailing and wanted to leave here, I could only move forward. Okay. When I stepped in the moss-colored ground, I felt something peeping at me. Peeping! Oh good, there's a voyeur around. Chia! No, it wasn't peeping. It was upright. Perhaps looking at me with a little mockery. Ramon's back gaze makes people go crazy. What? I don't know where the opponent is and what purpose it has. In the huge and distorted stone city, there seems to be malicious existence under every shadow. But there seems to be nothing. Perhaps no snooper is the correct answer, because my teammate has already fallen on the road, and now I'm the only one still wandering here. I feel like we've cold opened straight into an actual Lovecraft short story. Not to mention here is a seabed 10,000 meters below. How could there be other creatures? Life adapts in strange ways. Life, yes, finds, yes, finds a way. Without the slightest clue, I can only force myself to move forward. After all, if I stay any longer, I'll never be able to leave. How are you so certain you'll be able to leave it regardless of if you keep moving, though? You could just go deeper into whatever hell you're already in. The city is so huge, even if it is in my sight, it seems to only be a small part of it. However, I don't know why. As I get deeper into the city, I am more certain that something is looking at me. It must be a living thing. A living thing that is far more terrifying than what I have heard of and what I have never heard of. Or how do you know it's living? It could be. How do you know that your definition of life applies to whatever this is? If we're going true Lovecraftian here, that's another thing. Existence is not defined by humanity. It is our limited understanding of the universe that keeps us sane and protects us from the grand horror of what's truly out there. Finding the indescribable unknown thing, my heart was already full of fear, but my feet were completely out of control. Just stumbling, they were just dancing over the place, just full on happy feet. And I walked forward, step by step. The noise like a radio had interrupted the signal. Siren head? And the whisper of something unknown kept hitting my eardrum. It's as if something is constantly calling and attracting me in the depths of that terrifying city. Perhaps it was because I sensed my line of sight, or for some other reason, when my footsteps crossed a certain line, the ground suddenly shook. An eyeball, almost hundreds of times the size of mine, opened in front of me, and then countless and weird tentacles rushed towards me. Well, I've seen enough hint, I know where this is going. It wasn't until this moment that I finally realized I never found out what was staring at me. Because I was standing on top of it. It was all around me. Because I am on its body. This huge dark green city is only part of its body. Hey, there's Cthulhu himself. How you doing? Deep in the sunken depths of Relia. Facing such an existence, the gun I own is so small and weak that I can only muster the courage to hold it in my hand. You're gonna try and shoot Cthulhu with what? Some little 9mm pistol or something? I raised the gun in my hand and smashed near his tentacle, but then more tentacles slapped over. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, maybe if you believe hard enough, you'll develop your own Wa field and suddenly you'll actually hurt the elder thing. Several bullets were fired again, but they were unable to stop them from approaching. Tentacles full of fangs and claws fled like a tide. These tentacles are insignificant to the indescribable existence, like human hair. But to me, they're already powerless monsters. You mean powerful, maybe? Ska? Yeah. It's a pity this is not a fairy tale, nor is it a juvenile manga. I neither broke out in a desperate situation, nor a hero suddenly appeared to rescue me. I can only watch as my skin is torn and flesh and blood are opening. I hate it when my blood opens. Wow! Localization is a bit Google Translate-ish, I'm afraid. Game over. Oh, you can't fuck me that easily. Oh, we get some funky background music, yeah! The noise of the volume set a bit too high produces an effect sound mixed with the noise. Oh, I lost again. Looking towards the failure on the screen and the final boss, who was still flaunting his might. After all, he couldn't help but sidelong. On the side of the screen, the huge monster seemed to mock me and disappeared into the darkness with its huge tentacles disdainfully. There's only one life and cannot be saved halfway. This kind of game is very uncomfortable, even if it is high +1. Okay. It's kind of difficult, he's too hardcore, and it's no longer known whether it's a design error or pure malice. It's like getting over it, isn't it then? Was this made with a reason or just to hurt people? Though the handle aside, during the rare vacation, it's better not to play this kind of game that makes you doubt your life. Huh? Is it all this time? I'm gonna be late for work. There's still half an hour, I should be able to catch up. I forget the time as soon as I play, so I have to pay attention to it later. Ah, yes. Oh, we just skipped, and there it is. The restaurant should be here, right? The part-time job's in a small restaurant some distance from the city, but when I arrived outside, I felt a sense of disobedience for some reason. Naughty cafe, naughty, naughty. I can't tell what is wrong, but the restaurant in front of me seems to be different from usual. Is this store decorated in this style? What, like a store? Yes. Obviously, I've been working here for more than a month. The image in the front of the store in my memory is very vague, as if covered with a layer of frosted glass. Ordinarily, I wouldn't get lost and go somewhere else, but what happened to this kind of violation? However, the passers-by did not have any special reactions, and the office workers who often came for lunch also walked over calmly. Could it be that I'm so worried? Sure enough, I stayed up late to play games yesterday and I always feel a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, I know that feeling. Shaking his head and throwing inexplicable thoughts behind his head. Part-time job is part-time job, there are not so many. Huh? What is this smell? After pushing open the door, a disgusting strong smell drilled straight into the nostrils, as if going straight to the brain along the nasal cavity, smashed into a ball. It's a restaurant anyway, is it really okay to make this smell? What's the boss doing? How do you feel that the look into the store is different? It doesn't seem to be this style before, right? And there should be a lot of people in the store this time, but now it's empty. Not even their clerk. In the empty shop, there seemed to be something squirming in the shadows, but nothing was noticed when I looked at it. I always feel the atmosphere is weird. Not like entering a coffee shop, but like being in a haunted house. Yeah, I distinctly get that impression of this place too. Why is there like a sun chair? Like, this is what? Okay. Hello? Is anyone here? Oh, hello. Who are you? After hurrying my call in the direction of the back chef finally moved, but the voice didn't seem right. It seemed a bit quiet. I hope it's not too quiet, actually. There is actual voice hiding, apparently. It sounded very, very low. My boss should be a middle-aged man, right? You suddenly learned the cute girl voice? Kawaii voice no jutsu. Does your jacket coat have teeth on it? Is that what those are? Those fangs? Those coat fangs? Alright. Hello, you came at the right time. I just got ready. Pardon? Ah, you're just in time for lunch. They pull out their knives. Oh, really? What's for dinner? You, dinner. I said lunch. I'm losing my mind already. Accompanied by some jumping sounds. I saw a girl with wheat-colored skin walking out of an abnormally dark hallway. In her hand, she was holding an unusual, weird object. It was long and cylindrical with a bulbous with a nearly circular appearance that was never born naturally, and an asymmetric flat foreign object was held below it. The top of the round object is a crack like being cut by a sharp blade, exposing the sticky and dark substance inside as if to absorb all the light around it. Hi, you're getting closer. Nice heterochromia, by the way. As the girl's hands gradually approached, the foul smell lingering on the tip of her nose became stronger, and it was undoubtedly coming from the alien thing. I wanted to run and scream, but I couldn't make a step or a sound. I could only watch the girl holding the thing in front of me. Nice sharp teeth. I'm sorry to interrupt you. My coffee is boiled. I'll give you 20% discount. You can just drink it. Don't die! That's, okay. Is that kind of thing also called coffee? I just screamed high on the spot. Are you saying that as a general thing, because, or do you actually know me? Speaking of coffee, that's what I have as usual. It's not a question of discounts at all. And how does coffee make it like this? How do you make coffee like this? How does coffee make it like this? How does coffee make it in this state? How does it last? No, who were you before that? What was your original owner of this store? As is your right, I suppose. I guess also as your collar looks like a belt. Milk? Pardon? No? No, I read that right. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. For some reason, the atmosphere suddenly became dangerous. Did it? It's Miss Nako. Right. Hello, hello. What kind of unlucky name? I don't get it. Naiko? That's a real terrible shame that huh? Yeah, that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, then don't call such a weird name. I'm actually losing sanity points right now. But compared to these, what she just said contains information that makes me more concerned. You said the shop is yours now. What does that mean? By negotiator, do you mean you just kind of waved your hand and went cosmic wibbly wibbly bullshit and suddenly now they are a mad gibbering mess somewhere? Or is the former owner in that cup? Nice angle, by the way, speaking of God damn it, I was telling myself I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't make it. No, okay. Ellipses. I really don't know what kind of fun negotiation could be so effective. I actually read that wrong. I read that wrong this time. But I always feel that if I ask this question, something terrible will happen to me. Probably. And the previous sense of disobedience is really not an illusion. But the store really has become different from the inside out. Yes, there's now one of those, like, displays, various tipped shelves and so on the walls over here. It's very, quote-unquote chic. But in just one night, is the current renovation efficiency so terrible? You wait for me to stroke. Oh, I already have that feeling. So now the store is yours and the original owner doesn't know where to go anymore. I don't know where to go anymore. I don't know where I am. What's happening to me? Good for him? What kind of sudden change of style is that setting? What I want to find is not him, but my salary. Yo, bitch, where my money at, though? Yeah, and the economy's hard, okay? I can't be out of a paycheck that quickly. Just without any kind of warning or anything. Yeah, wait, also? Ah, you Men in Black them all. Gotcha. Ellipses. I always feel that I just heard some subtle words. I mean, that's what you'd like me to do, but apparently I didn't, so... It appears that an impasse, strange, fanged, jacketed woman, girl. Suddenly the girl stepped forward and leaned in front of me. The music doesn't quite befit this angle or that expression because it looks like you want to literally vor me. I said literally because I was originally going to say eat me, but I decided vor is probably a much more accurate term. Questioning ellipses. If one for the conversation a second ago, I would have thought it was some bad girl club recruiting young men. What? Working under your hands? This the coffee shop? Uh-huh. 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 Are there too many grooves exposed in that passage? Are you referring to... What? Or do you mean like... what she just said, as in like vagaries no, not really vagaries so much as, you know, you literally said the word slaves apparently. Uh-huh. Well, no, thanks to you. Apparently I don't. Well, that's awfully generous of you. Ellipses. Although I never thought that would be such a good thing, it feels a bit disappointed to be said directly. What? This guy's personality seems a bit bad. But if you lose this job, sooner or later you have to find another place to work. No shit. As I was still in college, I naturally couldn't do a full-time formal job. Couldn't. The remaining options are still restaurants, supermarkets, convenience stores, and the like. Why not? Just a handyman in a coffee shop and you hired it because you wanted to be lazy. What? Who knows? Yeah, that's just it's a good question in general right now. There seemed to be a light flashing in Nako's slender eyes. Does there? That look. Much like the look I look when I see a fun game. How very tempting. Not the kind of person who can do everything as long as I have money. Yes, apparently. By the way, how much is it? Ellipses. After Naka was stunned, she stretched out her slender fingers and gestured a number. Hiss! So much! Horrible, horrible! What? It's not even much higher. It's simply pushing the original salad on the ground. No, let alone the original restaurant, even if you change it to the place. You can't have this number, right? Money is no object when, you know, your boss is an elder being. Benefits? Obviously, I'm working part-time. Is there such a thing as welfare? Oh, well, sign me right the fuck up then. What? Are we selling liquid Shuggoth? Oh god. From the beginning, I didn't understand what you were talking about. Yeah. Like, I'm from the staff, I don't have much coffee. Why are the options given? Manpower and coffee beans. What'll become if I choose the coffee beans? For some reason, she always felt like she looked expectant. She seemed to really want me to be her employee. But no matter what, in the face of such favorable conditions, I have no need to refuse. If I refuse, I'll starve to death in a few days because I can't find a new job. Wow, that fast? Oh, the conditions are really good. I don't even know what to do. What? Besides, you don't know anything about me. Is it really okay to hire me so surely? No, is it that easy now? Alfred didn't answer my question at all. But anyway, I have agreed. She is my boss, and that is really good for her to be happy. I'm just a money machine with no emotions. I'm getting a depression now. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We get to sit around while the boss does all the work. Why do you ask me? Yeah, okay. Will someone come to us that hasn't even thought about what should be done? I always feel like she's a little unreliable. Is this story really okay? Well, that's not English. When I was in a trance, the door of the coffee shop suddenly made a muffled noise, as if it hit my heart, and even felt a little pain. I don't know, is it? Guest? For some reason, the knock on the door just now made me quite ordinary, but it gave me a great sense of fear. His breathing became more and more rapid, and his heart began to beat frantically as if he was going to jump out of his chest. It's as if there's a terrifying monster standing behind the door. It'll be swallowed as soon as it gets close, and my instinct as a creature is urging me to crazy to escape. Don't annoy the elder thing. I got it. Wait, don't use the word expression. When she was interrupted in this way, the weird feeling just disappeared suddenly. Her breathing seemed to be much smoother, and she hurried towards the door. Good enough, I can't stay up anymore. What? Yeah, I have to go to sleep. It's past my bedtime. I remember seeing on the internet the situation is a sign of a cardiac arrest. Hello, welcome. Where's the person? After I opened the door, no one saw it. Did someone play a prank and run away after knocking on the door? Shouldn't it? I opened the door quite fast, and no one is even leaving the door with the French windows. Girly. Hi, Hoster. The cold words that suddenly sounded nearby frightened me. Looking for the sound, lowered my head, and finally saw a petite girl below my sight. Okay. Cute. Watery eyes, high nose bridge, softly swinging hair on the white and tender earlobes like jade. What? The girl's profile is like a cross-section of crystal with the beautiful light shining in every direction to the right angle of light. Sorry, I didn't notice you just now. Apparently, I'm a genre of music. I started working here today. Nako's words. Fang. They gave Hastur a fang. Get out of the way. I only came here and heard there was free food. Tata. Okay. After hearing Nako's voice, she walked past me, not even interested in looking at me more. I mean, only to be fair, you know. Seems to be a strange person again. Should he be called Nako's friend? And this is not a guest at all, it's just for free. Forget it, not my shop anyway. Why do I worry so much? Because shit's weird, that's why, dude. Throwing unnecessary words behind my head, I hurriedly followed. After all, it is also the staff here. Even if the guests are weird, I still do my job. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call this here. I think my head hurts enough as it is, and I need to go. I don't know, stare at a wall for a few minutes or so and just kind of vacate my brain. This is pretty much as weird as I was expecting, but not necessarily for the reason that I was anticipating. The art's really good though. Well, I really have no idea if I'm going to be doing any more videos on this, but thank you very much for watching, if you did indeed, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in whatever the hell I do next. Okay then.